Hello everybody and welcome back to another Middlesex tree video, and today we are right on the shoreline in the beautiful town of Niantic, Connecticut, just down the street from Rocky Neck State Park, and boy have we got a doozy for you today. This tree you can see in the front of this house off to the left is the one that's coming down today, the one with all of the ivy growing all over it, but luckily it's not poison ivy. And you can see from this view how this tree dominates the skyline above this house and just how close it is. The homeowner has been worried for years upon years about this tree falling down and the potential of the serious damage that it can cause, so today it's time to go. First things first, Derek is going to put the bucket truck alongside the road, hop up in it, and going to start to make some cuts, so it's easier for Bruce to see what's going on in the tree and much easier for him to maneuver the crane. Derek would handle that pretty quickly, and now it's time to reposition the bucket truck. What's nice about this property today is that it's city sewage. There's no septic tank here, so Derek can back the truck up right up to the tree and get in any position he wants. We've got the main man Willie on the dingo today, along with Bert and George on the ground, who are going to be kicking some arse. This cable or phone line coming into the house is definitely going to be in our way at some point today, and there is a chance that it could go unseen. So Willie is going to hop up on the dingo and put some caution tape around it so everybody knows where it is. Piece by piece, Derek is going to start to dismantle this old silver maple. But before we can go any further, we've got to get this cable out of the tree, so let's get that out of there and get back to work.
What do you think if I grab it low right here and then stretch one out to there and give you a piece of wood with it? All right, I could tie it high. There's a rotten hole here. You probably can't reach this horizontal, can you? If not, I'll just go over it and I'll tie the thing high and we'll take it further.
One of the most fun parts about today's job was seeing the homeowner as well as the neighbors gather outside and watch the guys work. It is really impressive to see these types of cuts and these huge logs coming over houses if you've never seen it in person. People were out for walks and literally stopping in their tracks and hanging out watching us work. This shot right here will give you a good idea of the setup that we have on the road today and how much debris we've got down on the ground at this point. So now it's time to start getting it out of the way as quickly as we can. Willie is going to get on the dingo and start moving things at lightning speed while Bert runs the chainsaw and gets the proportions into the proper side to run over to the chipper for George. Let's kick back and watch these guys have at it.
You got.
Yeah, I got bad.
You got.
What happened, bro?
Heaped up. Bad.
What Derek was alluding to right there is when Willie went to dump the first batch of chips, Derek dropped him a pin on the maps to go to a customer's house that is right next to the dump, but instead Willie went to the dump, and that first load of chips that we dumped ended up costing $140. So Willie ended up going to the wrong spot, I guess easily confused because they're right next to each other, so he's gonna make sure he doesn't go back to that spot for the second load of chips right now. It is always so much fun to work your way down the trunk of a tree that is this size. The logs are straight up massive when you're down here. First of all, you've got to cut through them. They take a little bit of extra time, and you definitely want to make sure that you rig up the crane properly because you do not want to take a piece that is too big. Bruce is going to head into his box of goodies and grab a longer chain so we have more reach around the larger diameter areas of the tree. This cut right here, Derek is making his way through, but unfortunately, the saw at this point is getting kind of dull and it's not cutting straight. Instead of having a nice straight cut through the trunk, it almost starts to cut in the shape of a moon, if you can imagine that. So when Derek cuts from each side of the tree, the cuts are not lining up. So we're gonna have to get some wedges up there and beat them with the sledgehammer to lift the tree up a little bit so Derek can fit the chainsaw in there and see if we can get them to pop apart. Also, Derek needed a chain with a bigger bar here because this tree has just too much girth to it for that other chainsaw. We had to throw some extra elbow grease into this cut here, but that's okay. Sometimes that happens. And in this shot right here that I have frozen, you could see how the cuts just didn't line up perfectly. While Uncle Bruce is going to swing these logs around, Willie is going to be working on the bigger logs that have already come down and get them into the back of the mason with the dingo and get them ready to ship out. George is going to unhook the crane so Bruce can send it back to Derek, and he's going to get ready to make another cut in the middle of the trunk. And at this moment right here, we're moving logs like trays of food at an elementary school cafeteria. Here, Bruce is actually going to make up a new rig for us so that the crane wire is doubled due to the substantial amount of weight that we're going to be picking up at the bottom of this tree. Derek is going to move in and make this cut and quickly realize that it's a little warmer at the base of this tree than it is up in the bucket truck. We're going to use some wedges to help us out to relieve some of the pressure off of the blade of the saw as it's going through the tree, which will make it easier for the chainsaw to get through the trunk. With a chunk of wood as massive as this, it's nice to have some weight and pressure relieved off of it so that you can cut through it a little bit easier. It takes some stress off of the chainsaw cutting through the tree. Bert is going to come in and give it a few more solid hits so we can get a little more height out of it and get that pop that we're looking for. And holy crap, look at that bad boy come up. You could see a sigh of relief on Derek's face, and everybody's pumped up.
Yeah, oh, buddy. Yeah. This thing's curving too bad. I had Shaw pick up the parts yesterday. I got that, a new chain catch, and new dogs.
Bruce is going to swing this trunk over and down where we can wrap another chain around it, and then Willie is going to back up the truck and the trailer while Bruce drops it right in the back of the trailer for us.
guy. Good. I just think this crotch is gonna roll. Cable down just a little more. Yo, watch out for a minute. Should I leave it there or take it right out? Probably good right there, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
That long one?
Dude, that's a piece of fucking wood. You're gonna strap that? I would put 2 straps on.
2, definitely.
Nice chunk, boy. It's a bomber.
Where'd you get this? That ain't snap-on.
No, that's Gutbuster special, dude. Saving that. Come on now.
That is so satisfying, getting that thing up there and getting it ready to move out. I talked to the homeowner quite a bit today, as he is a director of photography and we both use Sony cameras, so we had a lot in common. I cannot tell you how excited and how happy he was to get this tree off of his property, and I can't even tell you how thrilled he was with how swiftly all of the guys were working today. It was a real pleasure to work for you, Kevin, and we're happy that you have a huge sense of relief when you pull up to your summer home now. Willie for birdie. Oh! You got it, bro. That's a 2.